Lightning blasts from a lightning being that doesn't have to go into his god mode can produce blasts so large that they can be seen on Earth. Beings just minding their own business see a large explosion on the moon. They even say the moon explodes. He can make large blast radius this large. We don't even know how strong this guy's gotten after 2 years. Oh boy. Basically, if Eminem was an anime character with lightning or electrical powers, he'd more than likely be this character from the One Piece anime known as Enel. Oh yeah, his power is actual real lightning. He's one of the many tyrannical people in the One Piece world that have lightning superpowers, because in this world, all you have to do is find some super fruit to eat. These mysterious fruits that you eat and you get superpowers. You find the right one, you can become like this. So Enel uses this to take advantage of him cosplaying as a literal god, ruling over people like an actual god, because of the whole, the theme of, oh, the god is going to strike you down with a lightning strike. Like, that's what he's kind of cosplaying as, god of Skypiea type of theme with these superpowers. And if you're an ignorant person living in this world and you don't know how stuff works, you can honestly fool some people with this. If people don't know about the outside world and devil fruits, you can just pretty much lie to sheltered people and tell them that you're a god. I mean, if you're ignorant and don't know about the world, this would look godlike. I'm not going to lie, like a big old lightning streak from the clouds, and you don't even know who's shooting it. This is a decent cosplay at being a god, especially when the god apparently knows everything you're going to do before you do it, like accurately. Enel can sense anything that's going on in the entire country of Skypiea with this ability known as mantra, the special technique everybody knows about in One Piece Haki. The reason why Enel is able to see everything that's going on, or can sense everything that's going on, he can use his electrical signals and listen on in conversations. That's why he's able to hear and know what's going on. No wonder people think he's an actual deity. That's part of the reason why it's kind of hard to hit him. Even if you do manage to hit him, luckily, it's hard to hit him over and over again, because he can know what you're about to do before you do it. Like, there's this time he legitly almost kicked the bucket because a Sea Prism Stone is a devil fruit's weakness. They can hit intangible beings. Even when his heart stopped, restarted his own freaking heart because of electricity. And when it comes to traveling to point A to point B, he's apparently just like his element. He's as fast as lightning itself. Bare minimally, he's over 100,000 miles per hour. But like, this is an anime universe with anime logic. Humans in this One Piece world can do amazing things. Like, plenty of humans like this, for example, Zoro, apparently a normal human, can lift entire buildings or houses. But thanks to Enel's devil fruit he eats, all this super strength doesn't really matter if you can't hit him. Why am I saying this? Because how do you punch somebody made out of actual lightning? That's like not even solid. Seriously, how are you supposed to cut lightning with metal swords? You'll end up just getting shocked. Why on earth would you try to shoot him? You're probably thinking, oh, all we got to do is find a way to punch him and we're good to go, because he only relies on his devil fruit. He's not really actually durable if you hit his actual flesh and blood body, right? Let's just say it's not that simple in this One Piece world. There's some strong beings that can punch and destroy buildings and stuff, like Luffy, the main character, for example. It's like his literal counter. He's rubbery, qualities. So it counters like Enel's electricity, of course, so he can actually punch Enel. Despite Luffy having this kind of strength to push apart buildings and stuff, that's not an end-all be-all. Enel can still take a few hits from a being that can push buildings apart. So let you know, even without counting his Logit intangibility, he's still not normal when it comes to just normal durability to his physical body. Because if he only had normal human level durability, like even he was shocked by this, he didn't know he had a weakness yet. He actually gets hit by these super strong beings over and over again, and it's not like an end-all be-all. You see what I mean? It's not like he does rely on it a lot, but he's way durable than your average human, getting hit this much by beings this strong. It's easy to say a character isn't strong when these characters have these superpowers, but there's heavy implications that his raw muscle alone, even without his lightning, there's still implications he can still punch apart buildings and stuff like that, like other characters, with just supernatural strength because of training and hard work, anime logic. I mean, we literally seen his muscles clash with Luffy, so his muscles have to be super strong without just counting lightning. And anybody that can physically hold Luffy against the wall like this guy that can literally push up buildings apart thousands of tons, can't be normal human strength level. Or striking them like this. Zoro, somebody that can literally lift houses. We see him stomp on like this with his strikes. This doesn't seem to be electrical manipulation. You see him literally kick this golden ball with raw muscle this far. Something that Luffy's having a hard time. Yeah. Him leveling buildings in the One Piece universe with blunt strikes or without no electricity is definitely believable when you see him block attacks from Luffy with his muscle without relying on electricity. And I don't know how space physics work in the One Piece universe, but apparently this could be because of Enel's physiology thanks to his devil fruit, but he apparently doesn't need to breathe, because he's actually literally on the moon. He can literally travel through gold in his little intangible lightning mode. Speaking of gold, he can use this in combat, like one could say melee combat, like literally reshaping his staff into a literal trident, transforming into a blade. Like, yeah, he can use his trident for convenient stuff, like heating it up. So if he can't electrocute him, he can just store heat in it. so hot to where he can burn wood into ash. Him being able to shape gold and stuff is the reason why he did this to Luffy in the first place, putting Luffy's hand in a ball. All of this is Enel's fault. Like you see him clash with Zoro in melee combat with electricity is an oversimplification. He has tons of creative techniques with his lightning that had to take time to learn and develop. So you got to have some type of training and knowledge. Of course, we didn't see him develop these skills like on panel, but it's a good assumption to assume he learned these different techniques off screen sometime via training and just having the fruit a certain amount of time. His devil fruit is so powerful to where it's one of those situations where you could legit be stronger than him. I'm talking about in a bench press contest. You can legit be stronger than him raw muscle, but his element's so broken, you might not even get close. He has techniques that can cover a wide area of effect, hit multiple beings in different directions at the same time, so it's kind of hard to get close to him. He can just rain down lightning like this. He can even create lightning birds, basically, to shock you with it, with more volts than normal, or even a literal dragon. Lightning beast, kitten. He can shoot a lot of volts out at once. His maximum is apparently 200 million volts. It's hard to believe this, but he has a base form and then he has a literal lightning god transformation on top of it. So whatever he can do normally, he can do better like this. You get the idea. I think we all can agree that the thing that makes him so scary is his blast power. Using his knowledge about weather, he has this device to help him make clouds to help generate more energy that he can use for his disposal, the Death Pia. Like he's literally putting his critical thinking cap on, making all these devices to help his lightning out, to help sell his gimmick even more, like all these clouds. Like he even explains that it is a lightning cloud. With his energy, Death Pia, it will spew out massive jet stream made of lightning clouds. Clouds will eventually accumulate energy and envelop all of Skypiea in darkness. At his bidding, they will become dozens of lightning bolts and annihilate the whole country at will. So he can be destructive, cover a wide radius like this. One could argue if he was prepping for war, this would be scary. Like he could just make a ginormous cloud. If he knew there was war coming, he could like do something like this ahead of time. Saying his blast can level buildings is an oversimplification. Like look at all this lightning. He can rain down or spam. This is what's scary. He can make blasts this potent even if he's nowhere near you. Like this big old tree trunk. His blast can just split down the middle like this. Look how small humans look. Yeah. That's what you call blast power. Yeah, look at the tree and how it looks based on what Enel just did. Yep. Man, look at this. Look at these deep craters he can do with the technique known as El Thor, making a big crater in the battlefield. Yikes, like look at that deep crater. Blast from his hands. He pretty much proved, like when it comes to mountains, he can pretty much blow holes in them. Like look what he did to this big old wall right here with a casual blast, with all that rock. This pretty much shows, like I've been saying, like it's not just electricity. There's pressure behind it. Do all this to this much rock. With prep, he can make the lightning grow bigger and bigger over time. I mean, he can blow away an entire village, ships, even mountainous sized thing like this big old giant thing. Like, look how tall this crap is. His blast can do this much damage to things that can reach the clouds, basically. Things way bigger than the tallest skyscraper buildings. Saying he couldn't blow away mountains would be hilariously disrespectful at this point. Look what he does to entire plazas. He can charge up potent energy blasts like this. I'll let the visuals speak for themselves. Like this place known as Angel Island, his blast can blow away. Yeah, he's way scarier than nuclear bombs. Like I'm talking about, it's not even a trace of it left, guys. Decimated, incineration. He didn't just crack it in half, it's just completely gone. It happened in an instant. So he's literally like a walking nuclear bomb on steroids. To just be able to blow away an entire island like that is just scary with his energy blast. Bruh, his blast power just keeps getting worse. Like there's this whole place known as Skypiea. You got the upper yard, you got the Angel Beach. Like there's a lot of land here. You got another visual example of the layout. You got the gate, Angel Island, lovely street. You got people's house. You got the village, the cafe. Like this, I'm bringing this up because Enel was threatening to destroy all of the Skypiea with an even bigger blast type of ball attack, death beam type of thing. This was implied to be an even greater feat than just destroying an island. Like there's like multiple island-sized things on this Skypiea land. He was threatening to erase everything. Enel's kind of evil. Like it's literally stated to be bigger than the last one. Of course, this never got to come to pass, but this would have been catastrophic. One could make an argument that he could have leveled a small country, that he was about to destroy the entirety of Skypiea with a single blast. Like a good visual would be like, since you know the United States is like a big country, just think of it like this. There's implications he could have messed up like a couple states, or like one could say a big chunk, like with his blast, his crazier blast. The thought of that sounds scary. It's implied here that Enel has destroyed islands off screen before in the past. There's implications that Enel's raw power could be even greater that I've been saying, because if their universes, Earth and Moon, are anything like ours, being 200,000 miles away from each other, and we know how big the size of the moon is compared to the Earth, since we know Enel's on the moon, Enel was able to generate so much raw energy that the explosion or just raw collateral of his blast can be seen 200,000 miles away, like this, for example. They just looking at the moon and then they see an explosion this wide from the moon, from Earth. They even narrate watching the moon explodes. Like, the moon doesn't blow up or nothing, but it's like the fact he made an explosion so big to where people on Earth can see it. Like, sure, it wasn't as big as the moon, but for you to be this far away over here and you make an explosion that's pretty much like something like this large on a planetoid structure like this implies that other smaller planetoid structures that are smaller than the moon, one could argue Enel could possibly destroy such planetoid objects like that. Like, there's plenty of moons that are smaller, like maybe certain planetoids. Like, this could imply that Enel can mess up a whole bunch of countries, a smaller planetoid than the moon, or he can make a gigantic electrical explosion that's so big that you can see it from Earth. This implies he could level more than one continent. And as far as we know, he wasn't in his God mode. One could argue whatever this form can do, his divine transformation can do even better. And this is before the time skip. Enel's probably gotten stronger in the past 2 years too. I mean, think about it. Enel probably knows ornament hockey now, but that's none of my business. Or even Conqueror's hockey coding. Who knows? What do you guys think? I wish we got more screen time from this godly lightning deity mode. What do you guys think? Do you think he can blow away multiple continents with his blast? This lightning seems ridiculously destructive. I don't see no reason why he can't. He's effortlessly blowing up islands with ease. He's more than likely got stronger over years. He did all this stuff without his deity mode. He made an explosion from the moon be seen all the way on the planet Earth. That explosion's radius had to be astronomically large. A lot of energy being generated. But that's none of my business. But I gotta say, do me a solid and hit that like button for me real quick. And thanks for the donations. Respect Enel from One Piece. I'm glad you are enjoying your time on the channel. Make sure you check out the playlist on the channel to see other How Strong videos. If you like what this channel is offering, make sure you hit that subscribe button, and I will see you guys later.